The rain, California expected to enter its fourth year of drought. And 23 ABC's Stephen Hicks is at Mill Creek Park and tells us how local farmers will be affected by yet another blow from the federal government. Stephen?
Yeah, Tim, that's right. It's an unprecedented situation. This is the second year that Central Valley farmers will receive no water, giving them no choice but to continue pumping from ground wells. It's a simple enough formula. Farmers take water to grow the food that you eat, but without the necessary water.
We're used to allocations, but we're not used to zero.
Today, the Bureau of Reclamation announced for the second year in a row, Central Valley farmers will receive zero allocation from Central Valley reservoirs and canals. It means farmers like Clint will be forced to pump water from underground.
That's the only alternative, and people who are fortunate enough to have wells worked with those who didn't in order to try and get water to as many people as possible.
The problem has forced farmers without wells to think of innovative ways to get water to their land.
One fellow I know laid 2.5 miles of pipeline to connect places where he had water to a farm where he did not.
Now, what's incredibly ironic about all this is that this right here is Clint's farm line, but if you move just a few feet over, you'll see a canal full of water. Water that for the second year in a row, Clint's farm gets none of.
Yeah, I have a canal right here, but it isn't doing me any good.
Just a few years ago, Clint recalls taking water from the canal when allocation was anywhere from 10 to 30%.
The difference between having even 10% of your allocation and zero is huge.
Today, he's paying nearly twice as much money to pump from underground.
Depending on how far you're lifting, I lift from about 350 feet right here where I am.
The consequence of pumping too much groundwater is a depletion of the water table, or when the aquifer is unable to recharge.
Agriculture gets criticized because there's a shortage. The real issue is we just don't have enough snow for people.
And while the recent rain has helped, one of the major sources of California water comes from that snowpack, where this year the California Department of Water Resources reported snow levels at 25% of their historic mark. Tim, back to you.
All right, Stephen, thanks. Investigators looking